just built different. 2 days after he had the surgery on his meniscus, Carlos Mendoza said he went in the trainer's room and he saw Alvarez there with a bat, striding, taking his stance. Nobody does that. Freddie Peralta's first pitch to J.J. Weatherholt is outside and we're underway.
There used to be a TV show, Gary, the $6 Million Man. They said, we can rebuild him. He rebuilds himself every time he gets injured.
Weatherholt, the leading contender for National League Rookie of the Year honors, with Carson Bench trying to run him down. He's ahead on the count 2-0. Weatherholt is 23 years old. His on-base percentage has been helped out by the fact he's been hit by a pitch 10 times this year. And he lifts one on the left side. Bichette angling on it. Coming in is Soto. And Soto calls and makes the catch for the first out of the night. There is the Cardinals starting lineup brought to you by Hyundai. All 27 and under, other than Lars Nootbaar, and all drafted, signed with the Cardinals. Homegrown players. All 9.
I don't see that anymore.
There's Ivan Herrera, the catcher who DHs almost out of the batter's box with that front foot. And he foul tips the first pitch fastball, 0-1.
Boy, I'll say that front foot, that is extreme. I haven't seen anything more extreme. He's almost on the chalk.
I mean, he's in the batter's box, but only barely. Herrera is in there for his bat. He is DHing most of the time. He'll catch occasionally. Had a career year last year, 19 home runs, 837 OPS. He's down a tad this year. And that goes off the bat handle or the hand?
Got him.
They're going to say the hand. I think that Herrera thinks it hit his bat. But he's going to be given first base. The Mets will check this out to see if they want to challenge it. Herrera, if this stands, will have been hit for the 14th time. Yeah, that guy's
That's a hit by pitch, no question.
He leads the league in getting hit by pitches, and the Cardinals as a team lead the league in getting hit.
The problem, the gray area is that a lot of the hitters have that bottom of their hand over the edge of the bat, so it will catch both, really, the hand and the knob of the bat.
So Herrera goes to first base. That's the third batter that Peralta has hit this year.
And your Genesis Metropolitan defense, as we mentioned in the open, there's 2 guys out there in the outfield. Youngsters, Ewing and Benj, really have been fun to watch. They have really taken away a lot of extra base hits.
There's Alex Burleson having another fine year. Burleson top 10 in the league in hits and RBIs and doubles, and hot right now.
He's a Met killer too. He's always given the Mets trouble. Another young man that holds his bat way high, but not so much of a horizontal or angled position. It's pretty much vertical.
I mean, you held your bat vertical, but much lower than that.
I thought I held it at a little slight angle there.
Slight. Very slight.
No one knows my stance better than me.
I mean, you're a straight arrow. 2-1 to Burleson. He swings past the fastball, and it's 2-2. Freddie Peralta coming off a good start in Seattle. Went 6 innings, allowed a run on 6 hits, a 7-1 Met win. That was the final game of that series. Mets have won 3 of 4 starting with that game. And he blows away Burleson with a fastball. 2-man down.
Well, Burleson likes that ball down in the strike zone, and
can't hit that pitch.
Freddie said no. He's got enough giddy up on that fastball just to beat him upstairs. He's going to be under it all day long. So the cows come in.
When does that happen?
Well, before dawn. That's what I heard.
And now Jordan Walker, who is having himself a phenomenal year, especially when you consider where he was last year. Last year in 111 games, he had 6 home runs and had a 584 OPS. This year, he's got 16 home runs already and an OPS of 922. Maybe the biggest jump that any offensive player has made this year. And a call strike, 1-1.
And when he first came up, he had a big open stance. He used to step in the bucket as well. He is very equal now. parallel with his feet.
Still just 24 years old. He's probably a guy who was rushed to the big leagues too fast. Pulled on the ground behind the bag at third. Baiting with a long throw to make. Right on target for the third out. That's come to bat at the bottom of the first with no score. Carson Bench Sunday became the third youngest man ever to have a 5-hit game. Only John Milner and Jose Reyes were younger. And what does he do now for an encore? The gingerbread right-hander, Dustin May, on the mound. And his first fastball is too high to bend.
May throws hard, got a good fastball, four-seamer, 97 miles an hour, and great sweeper. He has struck out 9 batters in each of his last 2 starts, 6 on the sweeper, 6 on the four-seamer.
His overall numbers are not great, but May is 2 starts removed from the best start of his career. He went to Milwaukee against the high-powered Brewers on May 27th and threw 7 hitless innings. Couldn't get it out in the 8th, gave up a hit, and then left the game. Buries that slider low and in, 2-1. Dustin May started out with the Dodgers. He's had all sorts of injury problems. Tommy John surgery in 2021, flexor tendon surgery in 2023. And Bench takes that one just inside. It's 3-1.
And that's one thing about Carson. He's got a good eye at the plate, much like Ewing. Very advanced for their age, their knowledge of the strike zone.
May behind 3-1. And it's pulled on the ground. Burleson's got it. May covers, 1 out. Here's the Honda Mets starting lineup with Alvarez sliding in at the bottom. MJ Melendez coming off a home run and a great catch on Sunday. Back in there at DH. And now Bo Bichette, who the last 4 games has looked like Bo Bichette. And that's the best compliment that you can give him. 9 for 17 over those 4 games. And he bounces one down. Burleson, who short hops it and takes it to the bag for the 2nd out.
Oh, the Cardinal defense. Lars Nootbaar is back. He missed a great portion of the season. Walker out in right field. Strong arm. Mason Wynn, of course, a Gold Glover last year, was first Gold Glove, and the 100th Gold Glove by a Cardinal player in Cardinal history.
What do you have? Half of those?
Exactly.
No, because I was traded.
Here's Juan Soto trying to snap an 0 for 15 stretch. And that one goes to the backstop. How many 0 for 15s do you think Soto's had in his career?
Not many. Not many, but it just tells you how tough it is to hit. You know, when I watch Dustin May, he looks a little bit like the Weaver brothers to me. Remember Jeff and Jared Weaver? Like the way he kind of throws, his look.
See, I thought you were talking about Pete Seeger's old folk group. May got traded at the deadline last year to the Red Sox. And then came to the Cardinals in the offseason. "28 years old from Justin, Texas." And just in time, Soto fouls that one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Something about the uniform here, and not the birds on the bat, but notice the pants. No stripe down the pants. It's a very clean look. I like it.
They finally found a uniform to match his beard. And a check swing foul. Just got a piece of that changeup. He's wearing number 3. Do you know that he pitched on May 3rd this year?
Okay.
I mean, how many people have ever been able to say that they played on the day that denotes their name and number? 1-2 coming to Soto. And the changeup misses away, and it's 2-2.
Notice Soto's practice swing does not swing up. He swings down. I really like that.
And he pops this one up into left field. Nootbaar waiting for it. And that retires the side. He gets the Mets out 1-2-3. No score after 1.
This week at Stop and Shop,
Second inning, no score. Lars Nootbaar leads off for the Cardinals and pops up the first pitch he sees into shallow center. In comes A.J. Ewing. One pitch, one out for Freddie Peralta in the second.
You know, it's funny. You mentioned that everyone in the starting lineup is 27 years or younger, Park in the Park day tonight.
Oh,
But a lot of them have seen Freddie Peralta because Freddie in Milwaukee had a lot, I think 21 games, 17 starts against the Cardinals in his career.
His overall numbers against the Cardinals are not good, but his recent numbers have been terrific. Here's Mason Wynn, Gold Glove shortstop, who is still trying to figure it out offensively, and it takes a strike.
maybe that chain's kind of weighing heavy around his neck.
Doesn't seem to bother him in the field. And he floats one to the right side. Semien runs it down. Throw it off balance on a hop, and Young is able to corral it for the out.
Beautiful.
Nicely done on both ends for the second out.
Well, Semien knew he could not set himself. He had to throw on the run, and that's an awkward throw. So that's an intentional long hop to your first baseman.
It wasn't easy for Young, though. It came up into the chest area, and he kind of cradled it with two hands.
That two hands on a pick like that is outstanding.
So 3 pitches for 2 outs. Now the rookie catcher, Jimmy Crooks. And he takes fastball that misses for ball 1. Crooks making his 5th start since his call-up.
Nicely done. See how he was able to squeeze it right there. The ball came into his body. It actually wasn't hit him in his stomach a little, but he was able to smother it. 2 hands.
Curveball misses down. 2-1. The Cardinals have been struggling from offense from the catching position, and so they called up Crooks, who was tearing it up in AAA. Just his 5th start, 14 at bats.
Oh, he's got a big hitch, Garrett. Holds his hands high. Watch him drop his hands like Willie Mays had the hitch.
That would kick, really.
It worked great for Willie. You just don't see it very much in today's game.
Two from Peralta, and Crooks just got a piece of it. Good changeup by Freddie. Well, the catchers don't take off that defensive chart from their wrist when they come to bat. So there's Crooks with his chart, and it's got Dustin May's name on it.
Yeah, I'm sure every starter has one of those charts. It goes into kind of that elongated wristband.
And Peralta paints one for strike 3 called. 1-2-3 inning for Freddie. He's got a couple of strikeouts. No score. Jared Young leads off the home second for New York. And swings at a first pitch slider from Dustin May.
That was a good one. They've been throwing Jared a lot of breaking balls. The book on him is he's a dead red hitter. And that would be belt and down as well.
Changeup misses, a ball and a strike. Jared went 3 for 11 in the series in San Diego, including a home run, and pretty much has solidified his hold on a spot in this lineup, either at first base or DH against right-handed pitching. And we're seeing all righties on this homestand. Foul down the left field side out of play. Rob Drake is calling the balls and strikes tonight. Pitchers umpire. Stu Sherwater at first. Scott Berry, the crew chief. Junior Valentine rounding out the crew.
You know, with Polanco, indefinitely out, I mean, it's going to be a lot on Jared.
Well, Well, with Vientos struggling as much as he has, it's going to be Young's job until somebody else comes along and takes it away from him.
And when Lindor, there's Vientos. And when Lindor comes back, Bichette's going to shift over to third base.
And Beatty might get some time at first. Grounded on the right side. This one's handled by Weatherholt, and he throws out Young. So 3 right side ground balls from the first 4 batters. Around the Majors presented by New York Presbyterian. Not many ground balls in that game. Instead of playing in the minor league park in Sacramento, they played in the minor league park in Las Vegas, and the ball flew. The interesting part about that is the 16 ABS challenges, 11 of them overturned against the home plate umpire Clint Vondrak. Sorry, Clint.
Yeah, well.
Here's A.J. Ewing. Ewing's hit in 5 straight games, got his average up to 259, his on-base percentage up to 340. May gets it at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Dustin May went from one of the highest numbers for a pitcher in baseball to one of the lowest. He wore 85 in LA and Boston. Now he wears 8-5. He couldn't have 85 because it's retired for the former owner, Augie Bush. I don't know why they gave him 85. Maybe because the Cardinals won that year. They didn't win the World Series.
Yes, thank you.
But they did get to the World Series.
I mean, it's a year to forget, right? If you're Cardinals.
Up 3-1 against the Royals.
Well, think about Don Denkinger.
That's true.
Pulled over the bag. That's a fair ball. Going to go off by jutting stands. And Ewing will get 2 bases out of this. A.J. Ewing pulling it right over the first base bag for the first hit of the night. His second major league double.
That was a slider down and in and right over the bag.
Oh, nice move by Stu Sherwater.
Don't put him behind the goal. And there's the speed of Ewing. Eventually, I think he's going to be the leadoff hitter.
Now Marcus Semien, whose bat has really come alive. Homered each of the last 2 games in San Diego. He swings through a first pitch fastball. Marcus over the last 12 games, 5 home runs and a .992 OPS. This has been the area where May has struggled this year. When things are going well, particularly out of the windup, he does great. But with runners in scoring position, the batting average against him this year is .400. And Semien has been the Mets' best in these RBI spots, .346.
So it makes you think maybe a few different reasons. One, it could be just happenstance. He just having one of those years. 2, maybe out of the stretch, he loses a little of the quality of stuff. And 3, and you hope it's not this, is that you get a little tight sometimes when people are on base. Try to be too fine.
You know, Dustin May first came to the big leagues with the Dodgers in 2019. This is only his 70th major league start. He's been hurt so much.
He's been a big talent from the second he put a uniform on, though.
He was throwing 100 when he first came up. Not quite that guy anymore. Semien slices one foul. I mean, think of it this way. He's been in the big leagues since 2019 in the National League for the most part. Before tonight, he's pitched 1 inning on this mound.
Wow.
Never started a game at Citi Field before. Only 2 career starts against the Mets. Ewing at second with 1 out. Brett Beatty on deck. Nobody covering. told they retired August Bush's number as 85 because that's how old he was at the time.
That was it.
Yeah.
I remember him being old.
Did you remember him being young?
Yeah, that old gravel voice.
Some people were old when they were young. He just threw a slider off the plate. That's a pitch that Marcus was chasing when he was going through his real tough time. That layoff of that pitch was cool.
7th pitch of the at-bat coming to Marcus. And that gets away from the catcher, Crooks. And we talked about how the Cardinals wanted to upgrade their offense by calling up Crooks. Pedro Pages is a much better defensive catcher. Crooks unable to handle that one, and it puts a runner to third base.
This should be a pass ball in my estimation.
Yes,
change up down.
Didn't
Gotta
hit the
make that
ground.
play.
Did not hit the ground.
So the infield comes in, and it will be scored a pass ball. 3-2 to Semien. Ewing, the runner at third, doesn't take a long fly ball to get him home. You see the one that Altuve scored on last night?
Yeah.
10 feet onto the outfield grass. They should have had him at the plate, but is it Nick Madrigal, the former Met?
That's right.
Who threw it past Logan O'Hoppe, and the Astros won that game. This is pitch number 9 from May to Semien. May needing a strikeout. And Semien takes inside. They say went around. Oh, wow. Stu Sherwater punching out Semien for the second out.
Let's have a look at that. Ball ran in on him. Oh, yeah. Oh, he lost his grip, too.
So, I think if he hadn't lost his grip, he was following through on the check swing.
No doubt. Look
Yeah.
at, yep.
That's a good call by
Boy,
Stu.
you can hurt your wrist when that happens.
Now the infield able to drop back with 2 out. Brett Beatty, the batter. Beatty had a good series in San Diego, went 4 for 11. 235 for the year, but 270 with runners in scoring position for Brett. Trying to pick up Ewing from third with 2 out. They 20 pitches deep into this second inning. And he misses high to Beatty. Now it's 3-0. MJ Melendez is on deck. He doesn't walk many. 2.6 walks per 9 this year. See if Beatty is ready to swing. 3-0. And Brett takes a strike. 3-1.
Yeah, 3-to-1 ratio on his strikeouts, 2 base on balls, which is a real strong number for May. He's gotten a lot of ground balls to the right side so far, especially on his breaking ball from the left-handed hitters.
Lefties, though, for the year are hitting .299 against May. Beatty fouls one off. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Mets and Cardinals met back in the first road trip of the year for New York. It scored just 3 runs in the 3 games. And the Cardinals took the rubber game in extra innings.
That's when I went on the IL here.
That's right. That last game, Todd Zeile flew in an emergency role.
Could have given Todd a little more notice.
Well,
I mean, I think Todd gets the Rolaids Relief Man of the Year award.
they could have rewarded him a little better.
San Diego? By the way, did you have any fish tacos while you were in San Diego?
I did not. I did
It's
not.
a local delicacy.
I did not. I didn't
Two
eat
to
much.
Beatty, and fouls it off.
I didn't have much of an appetite there for some reason. I don't know why.
Sea air.
No. My granddaughter, she moved there, so she brought her roommate, and boy, I got deep in my pocket, so I cut my I cut my diet back a little
So
bit.
you starved yourself to
Yes,
feed
I
your
did.
granddaughter?
Yes.
That's very, very giving of you. That's strike 3 call. The Beatty's out on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts from May to work around Ewing's double. Still no score. Poor Keith. Third inning, no score. Nolan Gorman set to lead off for the Cardinals, and we send it down to Steve Gilp. Steve?
You know, Gary, it's Puerto Rican Heritage Night here at Citi Field, and we're just about, 6-7 weeks away from one of the greatest Puerto Rican players in Major League history going into the Hall of Fame. That, of course, is Carlos Beltran, and we're here with Josh Rohrich, the president of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Thanks so much for spending a few minutes with us and fighting through whatever I've got going on with my voice. But, Josh, this is an opportunity for Mets fans to actually get up to Cooperstown and experience Hall of Fame induction weekend. For those who have never experienced it before, what can they expect if they choose to make the trip?
Well, it's just the best weekend on the baseball calendar, and I truly believe, you get a chance to get up close and personal with 50, 60 Hall of Famers that are there. You're watching them go by on the parade on Main Street, and then Sunday for induction, getting to be there when one of your favorite players, one of your guys with a Mets logo on his plaque are going in. It doesn't happen all the time, so definitely recommend anybody still thinking about going, come see us up there.
We've got a leadoff walk here by Nolan Gorman, but you mentioned the Mets logo on the plaque, and that's something that, especially with a guy like Beltran, could have at least been up in the air which way he was going to go. I know that players get to at least give their thoughts and their hopes, but you guys make the final decision. So what was the process with Beltran of deciding that the Mets cap would be the one?
Well, we try to let them have some say. It's a conversation. We don't want to dictate what it is, but we want it to be historically accurate. So in the case of Carlos, you could tell it really, early on, I think that was the way he was leaning. He wanted to make sure that he put some thought into it. He didn't want to offend the other teams, including one of them that you're playing against right now. But ultimately, I think he felt like that was where he had his greatest contributions. We supported that, and I think that's a great thing because it does mean a lot to the people in New York, and I think all the teams that he played for will get a chance to celebrate him, but he's going to be remembered forever as a Met.
And Josh, for Mets fans, again, that do go up there, it's not just going to be Carlos Beltran that they're going to get to witness, but you guys, I've heard, have a great display opening up about Tom Seaver. What can you tell us about that display and when it'll be open?
So it's really cool. Tom, before he passed, had basically said, I want to give you guys the overwhelming majority of my collection. And so we have hundreds of really cool artifacts. And basically, as you walk into the plaque gallery, you're going to pass this really cool case that'll open up over that weekend with all sorts of cool things that he's given us from his career. Truly one of the greatest Mets of all time, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. And to be able to, you can see there his shoes from his 300th win. What a classy man who was on our board of directors. He loved Cooperstown, and there's really no better place to celebrate his collection than right there in the hall.
You said the shoes from the 300th win. Is there anything else that, as you were going through it and seeing that display come to life, really stood out to you about it?
Well, his Cy Young Awards, actually, that's pretty cool. So having that be there with us, we've got a number of other, a cap from some significant wins, baseballs. He was clearly a collector. He had a lot of stuff. So when we dealt with his family last year and we sent an entire plane load of stuff to Cooperstown from Northern California. It's hundreds of cool things. They can't all be on display at once, but Mets fans who love Tom are going to love seeing this thing.
Amazing. Thanks so much for the time, the insight, and looking forward to a great weekend in a few weeks, I guess 2 months almost.
Well, we appreciate you guys and hope to see y'all up there.
All right, guys, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Josh. And Steve, go Gargle.
Steve, you with us?
Hello? Yes, hi.
But you get 3 games and you lose your voice?
J.J. Weatherholt lines one into center field for a base hit, and that'll bring in the first 2 runs of the game. Weatherholt takes a hard turn and then goes back to first. So a 2-run single for the rookie second baseman. And Freddie Peralta, after walking the leadoff batter, giving up 2 straight hits, and it's 2-0 St. Louis.
Jumped on the first pitch fastball. And always in an RBI situation, do not let the pitcher get ahead. Be on that fastball. And that's got a lot of plate up in the strike zone. They love this kid right here. And they say he's a baseball player, Weatherholt. Does everything right.
Now Ivan Herrera. So Freddie's been consistently up in this inning, Ronnie.
And he hasn't made the adjustment. The other thing, Gary, is that I know the lineups are deeper now, but you have to control the bottom of the order. If you don't control the bottom of the order, there are people on base for the big hitters.
Herrera gets hit for the second time in the game and the 15th time this year. So the first 4 have all reached base in this inning against Peralta.
This is a breaking ball that just got away from him and hits Herrera for the second time. What I meant by controlling the bottom of the order, I'm not saying the bottom of the order can't get hits off you. This is the breaking pitch I'm talking about, never breaks. But Gorman has struck out almost half the time in his last 50 at-bats or so. He's having an underwhelming year, so you have to go after him. You can't walk him. You have to make him put it in play.
A 4-pitch walk to Gorman to start the inning that really set this whole thing in motion. But when you watch Peralta, is there a reason that he's missing up?
Well, one of the things that makes him so effective is that he gets down the mound. What do I mean by that? He has an incredible stride that really makes his effective velocity even better. The problem is sometimes he gets so far down that he gets so stretched out that his arm's a little late. And when your arm's a little late, the ball's always going to be up in the strike zone.
Alec Burleson struck out his first time up. Peralta started him off with a changeup and tries another one that misses down, a ball and a strike. So if you're that kind of pitcher who has that kind of stride, do you adjust by altering your stride, or are you trying to shorten it a little bit, or
yeah,
you
I don't think
trying to have your arm catch up somehow?
That's a good point. I don't think you can really alter the stride much, but I think you can be very cognizant, Gary, of getting your arm in place, getting it up quicker. Watch the stride, how far he gets down the mound, and where the arm is when he gets on top. This one's pretty good. He shortened his stride on the breaking pitch, so maybe he is trying to make that adjustment. But be aware of where your hand is. It needs to be in front of your face when you're starting to release the ball.
Let's see if he pops him upstairs with a fastball here. Run all breaking balls and changeups, and he went trying to get another slider.
And this is the guy who struck out the first time up with fastballs up in the zone, up and in.
2 strikes, 2 fastballs in a row to go sit down.
Love to get a double play ball here. Peralta got 2 of them in his last start, and he strikes him out with a changeup. 3rd strikeout for Peralta, and that's the first out of the inning.
Well, Burleson is usually someone over the years that has hurt. There's your circle change. Has hurt the Mets. He did not swing at 1 strike in that at bat.
Maybe he was aware of the fastball up and in, anticipated that, and got the local, not the express.
So now Jordan Walker, who grounded out his first time up. Good speed at second with Weatherholt, not so much with Herrera at first. And that's line past Beatty in the left field, a base hit. Weatherholt will come around to score. Nice sliding stop by Soto, throwing the ball to second and diving in safely with a double is Walker, and it's 3-0 St. Louis. Jordan Walker has had the 5th highest average exit velocity in the majors this year. Scorched that ball, and he drives in the 3rd run of the inning.
Fastball in, and he just turned on. He had a bullet at Beatty the first time up on a slider hanging. But this fastball he jumped on again. The Cardinals jumping on first pitch fastball, been in scoring position. Soto saves a run with that sliding stop.
Sometimes you don't need the exit velocity. He hit that ball so hard past Beatty at 3rd to his left, and it almost went by Soto to the wall.
This is a different swing I've seen from Walker.
So now the infield in with 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. 3 runs already home in the inning. And Peralta trying to keep this game from completely getting away early. It was 114 off the bat from Walker.
Yeah, it was a bullet.
Lars Nootbaar flying to center his first time up. Just his 3rd start since coming back from missing the first 2 months.
Walker has got a shorter swing now. Before he had such a long swing. Remember, they sent him down to hit minor leagues. He hit more balls in the air, which I thought was just absolutely absurd. But boy, oh boy, he looks like a different hitter.
He used to be wide open. Now he's solid at the plate.
Even his swing, Gary, is much more compact.
I wonder if those 2 are related. Tried to hold, and Nootbaar stopped it in time, 3-1. Nootbaar had off-season surgery on both of his heels. And this is only the third game he started this season. But he's a big piece of this St. Louis offense.
Yeah.
That's a ball, but Alvarez will challenge
Catcher's
the call.
challenging the ball call.
I say it's low.
I think it's low too, but I think he had trying to get his pitcher out of the inning.
Oh, nippy.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Well, that's one for Rob Drake. He's got 10 more to catch Clint Bondra.
That's a record. It's got to be.
11 overturns. Yeah, there hadn't been more than 12 challenges in a game before that one last night. 3-2 to Nootbaar. Mason Wynn would be next. And Nootbaar fouls away a fastball.
Nootbaar is shaking out that hand. He got a little bit of a stinger on that swing. Nootbaar is one of their more intelligent players too. He's a good guy to have on your bench or in the starting lineup.
Rounds one to second. Semien looks the runner back, throws to first. Now the runner coming home. Young with the throw. Safe. Herrera came a few steps down the line and then took off on the throw. Alvarez feels as though they had the out at the plate.
He
But
doesn't
the
know.
Mets are going to challenge.
No, he beat it. That's just good base running. Watch the left of your screen here. Herrera, he gets out of the picture. We'll get to it. Baby gets rid of it fast. He wasn't caught sleeping.
Young though was flat-footed.
Young
was surprised by it.
But that's aggressive base running right there. Yep, he got in, no question.
So it's 4-0 St. Louis.
So that's basically stealing a run right there.
And that's not a fast guy. I mean, that Herrera is not a fast guy, but he timed that exactly right. And he really caught Young flat-footed. Mason Wynn, the 8th man up in the inning, hits one past the mound to Semien. That retires the side, but the Cardinals score 4 and lead 4-0 in the third.
Vehicle.
Mets down 4-0 as they come to bat in the bottom of the third. MJ Melendez showing bunt, and he takes the pitch for a strike. Well, Ivan Herrera helping out the Cardinals, stealing a 4th run with his base running. Don't have to be fast to be a good base runner. And Melendez takes a strike, and that's when he couldn't challenge.
Off the left-hander, hit the home run here, hanging breaking ball off Matsui. He also made a fabulous catch in San Diego.
I happened to be in the clubhouse today, and Melendez and A.J. Ewing were sitting next to each other, and I went up to them and I said, so who had the better catch on Sunday? And MJ immediately said, I did. And Melendez strikes out, and he said to Ewing, you know, you showboated it. You ran into the wall after you made that catch. And then Melendez walked away, and he said, I've got about 6 more to catch up to him.
Yeah, right. Oh, Herrera's watching it on the iPad.
It's Mad Dash.
Yes, the Mad Dash home.
Francisco Alvarez is first at bat since May the 12th. Tore his meniscus making a swing against the Tigers, and surgery a couple of days later. And now 4 weeks to the day from when he got hurt, he's back in there. Alvarez had just begun to swing the bat well when he got hurt. His last 9 games before the injury, he hit .310.
I don't think that's the first time we've said that, right? Prior to some injuries.
You never get hurt when you're in the slump.
That's right.
Well, he's still only 24 years old.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Young, and you have to have a high pain threshold because the PT, the physical therapy that comes with stretching out the legs and getting them to have the same mobility is very painful.
He wraps one up the middle for a base hit. A month on the injured list. First at bat back. Francisco Alvarez has himself a one-out single. Let's go back to the play where Herrera scored from third in the last half inning.
Take a look at the third base runner, the runner at third, and also Semien. Watch the runner come down the line. Perfect. Around a quarter of the way down the line, he breaks. What the mistake, Semien, there's two mistakes actually, is that Semien didn't really throw a dart, a good, strong throw. Get rid of it quick.
Bench grounds to first. Burleson gets the out at second. The relay by Wynn. What a fantastic arm Mason Wynn has got. 3-6-3 to end the inning.
Well,
Fourth inning, Freddie Peralta trying to right the ship after giving up 4 runs in the third. It started with a leadoff walk to the number 8 hitter. He faces 7, 8, and 9 in the order in the fourth. Jimmy Crooks was called out on strikes his first time up. And swings and misses a curveball, 1-1. Peralta threw 28 pitches in that third inning. This is his 14th start of the year, and in every single one of them, he's had at least 1 inning of 20 or more pitches. Part of the reason for that is Crooks grounds one to Beatty. And that's the first out. Go back to that double play that ended the last half inning.
you've seen the runner come down the line. Oh, this is the double play. This is tailor-made right here. Watch Alvarez here. Oh. This is called duck. Don't, yeah. Ooh.
I mean, we've seen a lot of shortstops' arms in our collective time watching the game. There are not too many that throw the ball the way Mason Wynn does.
And doesn't, I mean, gets rid of it so quick as well. I mean, he would be on the list, on the short list of the best arms to ever play that position.
I mean, everybody in our generation talked about Sean Dunston, but Sean had to wind up to throw his ball the way he did. This kid, flat-footed, throwing seeds to first base. 0-2 to Nolan Gorman.
Gary Templeton's right there too. Yeah, he didn't have to wind up. I mean, Tempe that first year he came up, he made 44 errors that year. I think it was his rookie season.
Good curveball by Peralta to strike out Gorman.
And if he'd had Dick Stewart over there, he might have made 60. I mean, he just was so. He didn't know how to throw it anywhere but hard.
That's Wynn saying. It went right past his helmet.
How about the Rooster, one of my heroes when I was a kid, Rick Burleson? He had a good arm for the Red Sox.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You know, Rick, that's a good one to bring up. He was a heck of a player. He was a solid player.
Luis Aparicio had a great arm. And the best thing about Aparicio was that he didn't show it off unless he had to. He would always get the runner by a half step.
Alan Trammell had the most accurate arm that I had ever seen. When I got to the American League, every throw hit the first baseman in the chest.
And I always liked the guys who could throw from any angle, like Kevin Elster and Ray Ordonez. Didn't matter where their arm was, they always got it there accurately. Kind of like Manny Machado does now. But at shortstop. 3-1 now to Nathan Church, who was just activated off the injured list today. Church was out with some shoulder irritation, and he had a double over the face bag to get the Cardinals going in that third inning.
Well, they've been waiting a long time for Victor Scott to get it going. He's an outstanding defensive player, but he could never find it offensively, and he's now in Memphis.
So Church being asked to play center field, which he did in the minors, but now getting a chance to do it at the big league level.
No. Francisco, never assume.
First game back.
Now, if he got hit by that, Gary, if he got hit by that throw, would that be interference?
No.
Because no, it wouldn't be, right?
No. Okay. It would be painful.
Yeah.
Bichette with the running toss, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Freddie Peralta at the top of the fourth. Still 4-0 St. Louis. Now, there's no question that baseball is a worldwide sport. Look at the second kid from the left. They look like Ichiro.
Is that? Are they all dirty?
Yeah, you gotta have a dirty uniform, Keith.
That's head first sliding right there. I love it. Okay.
Not sure exactly what this young man is doing.
I think they photoshopped that in. Right?
You think?
I had to. See where his foot was on the mound?
And right back home to Queens. Well, Bichette leads off the home fourth inning and takes a strike from Dustin May. Bo grounded out to first base on the first pitch he saw in the opening inning. 9 for 17 in his previous 4 games, including that 4-hit game in Seattle last Wednesday.
Oh.
Lost a piece of equipment.
Oh, whoops.
Belt is Bo with a bubble. Bubble Bo.
The number on the belt buckle
In gold. Gold belt buckle, too.
He can afford it. Flies one down the right field line, foul.
No, well, gold is now per ounce. It's like, that's gold. That's what we're
Well, it doesn't have to be gold. It could be just gold colored, gold plated.
Oh, there's a reflection.
Same time of night. Slowly hit. Gorman comes in to grab. And a good stretch by Burleson for the first out.
Shea Bridge, very nice. I'm so happy that they named that after Mr. Shea.
It's a great part of the ballpark, isn't it?
It's a great tribute to the man that brought baseball back to the National League.
Now Juan Soto, who flied to left his first time up. Juan is now 0 for his last 16. So we had Dave look it up. 8 times in his career he's had 0 for as long as this, but none longer than 0 for 19. And that happened in his second season in 2019. I mean, he was a one-man wrecking crew for this team for a long time, and now as other guys have picked it up, Juan has had a rough week.
Keith, do you remember your longest over?
In '77, I had, I think, an 0 for 23 or 24. And I remember it because Vern Rapp benched me, and I was really angry about that.
And there's a base hit to snap the over. So Juan Soto puts the brakes on that at 0 for 16 with a 2-strike hit. And the Mets have their 3rd hit of the night.
Just kind of muscles this ball over the shortstop's head. And that's a ball when he's red hot, he'll probably pull. But he's struggling a little bit. You wait a little bit longer. If you're out in front, you can't break out of a slump. You got to let it get deeper until you find your rhythm.
Jared Young. And right before that pitch was thrown, J.J. Weatherholt, the second baseman, moved all the way over toward the hole.
I don't think I've ever seen any second baseman play that kind of position
Since they banned the shift.
Yeah, I mean, he's shifted.
And not really shifting on the left side of the infield with the third baseman.
I mean, they give him that huge space up the middle. 2-strike count to Young with A.J. Ewing on deck.
Interesting follow through from May, isn't it? He's kind of stays upright, Ron.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, Keith, has to do with his height. He's what, 6'6" or 6'7", just so tall and lanky that it's hard to really get down too low with that 38-inch inseam. I like him though. He looks so much more polished than he was when he was throwing 100.
Yes.
Throwing strikes. He's got a good breaking ball.
Here's the follow through. that I mentioned.
Yeah, he leaves that back foot on the rubber an unusually long period of time, doesn't get it or whip it through.
Again, the 1-2. And Young hits one toward the middle of the diamond. Weatherholt able to get over, makes the glove flip, and then wins throw just in time to get Young. And they turn another double play.
They're going to challenge.
We'll see if the Mets challenge the call. Very close play at first base, and the Mets are going to challenge the call.
I think he beat it, Gary.
So they left all that space up the middle, but Weatherholt, who has had a Gold Glove caliber season, able to close the ground and make the play.
This
The ball was hit slow enough, so he was able to get over there.
Yeah, this shouldn't even have been close to a double play, but look at the strong arm from Wynn.
They're going to get this overturned.
It's going to get
overturned.
overturned.
James Hoy and Marvin Hudson are the crew chiefs in the replay center this week.
Listen, he's a young player, but I think if Weatherholt had it to do over, if you field that and shovel it, it's a flatter throw, as opposed to have a little air under it, which kind of got Young safe at first.
Play under review presented by Citizens, making sense of the play, so the Mets get the overturn, which keeps the inning alive. Young at first with 2 out, and A.J. Ewing coming up.
That play shouldn't even have been close. And good hustle down the line by Young.
Ewing doubled over the first base bag his first time up. And back to a breaking ball. Catches the outside corner.
That didn't look like a strike to me.
I thought it was outside. Well, what do I know?
Actually, quite a bit.
No, that's why you're here.
Don't tell anybody. Ewing's now had a hit in 6 straight games. And that's called a strike.
Same spot, Ronnie. Must be hitting the corner. He took a little off that pitch, didn't he?
3rd straight batter that May's got a hit 0-2. And that one's inside.
It's a good message pitch right there. 2 pitches away, 0-2. Pop him inside. That used to be standard. Pitching 101.
One, 2 coming. And Ewing fights one off. That's going to fall into shallow left for a base hit. Great job by Ewing on a breaking ball, then on his hands. And he is 2 for 2, and the Mets have 2 men on.
Well, behind in the count, protecting the plate. Just a little inside out. He got beat. And a little opposite field, Texas leader.
So the Mets are one big swing from getting right back in this game. Down 4-0 in the 4th. Marcus Semien has homered each of his last 2 games. Struck out his first time up on a 9-pitch at bat. And he went around in a half swing, 0-1.
He was sitting dead red first pitch. Didn't get it. He got a changeup.
Breaking ball bends in for a strike, and yet again May gets ahead 0-2. And ahead on 0-2 on every batter in this inning. He's given up hits to Soto and Ewing, and now trying to keep the inning going. Mentioned May's troubles with runners in scoring position. So far, it hasn't been a problem for him tonight. Keeps the bat alive. By the way, Keith, we did some research. You had 2 0 for 24 stretches. 1977 and 1982.
Was that earlier? It couldn't have been in August, September.
Turned out to be a pretty good year. Again, the 0-2. And Semien again just got a piece of it.
When we throw this hard,
That glove needs to have some the laces tightened a little bit. You never want a little flimsy thing like that.
I need to put a pad in his glove to catch that guy's throw. Simeon launches one out to center. Back goes Church, way back to the warning track, and he makes a basket catch. Nathan Church just installed in center field, replacing Victor Scott. Got turned around 17 times and still made a terrific play to save a couple of runs.
What a recovery.
Dustin May can't even believe his fortune. Church with an outstanding play to keep the Mets off the board. Fifth inning, 4-0 St. Louis. Freddie Peralta starts his third time around the batting order, facing the rookie J.J. Weatherholt, who drove in the first 2 Cardinal runs. Back to a curveball in for a strike. Weatherholt was born in Baltimore but grew up in the Pittsburgh area, where his youth baseball coach was David Bednar's dad.
Oh, wow.
And he went on to West Virginia University, where he had an outstanding career. 7th overall pick in the draft 2 years ago. Gets one off the fists, popped up behind third base. Beatty wheels it in. 1 out. Well, Nathan Church saved a couple of runs with the Allstate Good Hands replay.
Watch him get turned around. There's one. There's another one. Oh, the other way. That's 3 times he turned. And there it was, right in his glove.
I said 17 times. It was only a slight exaggeration.
Well, it's 3 in a doink against the wall.
Yeah, but it added, Gary, that 17 times added to the excitement of the inning.
He said it was spinning around, or he was spinning around with the ball.
Like a gyroscope. Von Herrera flies one out to center. Ewing started back, now has to race in, and it drops for a base hit. A.J. Ewing's first step was back, and that cost him. And Herrera's on base for the 3rd straight time.
It's funny, Herrera took such a ruthless swing at it. That might have fooled center fielder.
He broke back more than a step.
He's upset with himself. The Mets defense has grown by leaps and bounds since Ewing got up here. They've been a pretty good defensive team all year, but they're now up to 4th in the majors as a team in defensive runs saved, which I don't think anybody had on their dance card at the start of the season. Alec Burleson's been up twice, struck out both times. Takes a changeup off the plate, 2-0. The highest rated defender for the Mets is Luis Torrens, who's a +7, tied for first among catchers.
Same as last year.
And you know who also rates high? Nolan McLean, 2nd among pitchers in defensive runs saved. He's a +4.
My favorite part of his start the other night was chasing the guy down in the pickle, in the rundown.
That was good. How about the play he made going toward the line with a fadeaway pass to first base?
Yep.
Burleson flies one to deep left. Back goes Soto onto the warning track right at the wall. It's out of here. Alec Burleson with an opposite field home run. And the roof is caved in on Freddie Peralta. It's 6-0 St. Louis. 9th home run of the year for Burleson, who struck out his first 2 at-bats and goes the other way for a 2-run shot.
He had gotten Burleson out with breaking stuff and fastballs away. First at bat, fastballs. The second at bat with breaking stuff away. And that wasn't a bad pitch. Burleson must have said, you know, you've been pitching me away, I'm going to look away. And boy, he went to the opposite field. That's a backbreaker.
9th home run of the year for Burleson, who's now hit in 9 straight games.
You've got almost like a collegiate baseball team atmosphere over there.
It's a very young team. Peralta throws out Walker for the 2nd out.
He's just always done damage to the Mets. Well, he got the barrel there. He stayed back and waited on that one.
High follow through, ball kept carrying. You mentioned it earlier, 5 walk-offs, 7 extra inning wins, 11 last at bat wins, 19 come from behind victories. It's all going their way.
12-6 in one-run games. I mean, the Cardinals coming into the day were 7 games over 500 with a negative run differential for the season. But today, they've got themselves a big lead. Cardinals had a rough week last week, but they responded by sweeping the Reds over the weekend. And now have won 4 straight, going for 5 tonight.
And the Reds are in free fall.
And since Ellie De La Cruz went down, they have really struggled.
And also the phenomenal Tarps are out started in St. Louis as well.
Newbar slaps one to third. Over comes Bain again. Side retired, but Alec Burleson's 2-run homer makes it a half dozen for the Cardinals. 6-0 halfway through.
Pieces.
Home 5th inning. Brett Baty leads off against Dustin May, who's now sitting with a 6-0 lead. Beatty, Melendez, and Alvarez, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Mets in the 5th. Mets have had base runners each in the last 3 innings. But May's been able to work around it. Just the opposite of what he's been doing all season. It's like opposite day. Beatty took a call, 3rd strike his first time up. Didn't work out so well for George, did it?
No.
Ball on a strike to Beatty. Cardinals last year won 78 and lost 84. And there was every reason to think that this was going to be another down year for the Cardinals as they rebuilt. They shipped away Nolan Arenado and Brendan Donovan and Wilson Contreras and Sonny Gray. And all of a sudden, the 1958-59 note came out because they haven't had back-to-back full losing seasons since then. And maybe they won't. Swing and a miss, 2-2 to Beatty.
I was mentioning before, though, they had the exact same record this time last year and finished 43 and 56. So you don't know yet. But right now, he's all-star coach now, named to the staff by Dave Roberts, Ollie Marmol, and maybe the front runner for manager of the year if they continue.
Ollie's now in his 5th year, and you know he was on the hot seat. And they re-upped him, which did not please everybody in St. Louis, but so far so good. Ollie, who was born not far from here in Elizabeth, New Jersey. 2-2 coming to Beatty, and he goes upstairs to get him. Second time Beatty's been struck out, 4 on the night for May.
Well, he chases the fastball, and he's a little bit tardy. That's because you know the ball runs away, and you start your swing, and it's too late to stop it. So you just kind of swing it slow motion. Nolan Ryan would do that to you with that high heater, but that was 105 on today's gun, I believe.
Don't start that.
There was an interesting online conversation that was precipitated by John Vanderwall. Remember him?
Of course.
Great pinch hitter with the Rockies. And Vanderwall said, well, you know, 95 today is 88 when I played.
That's an exaggeration. It's not that much.
I think so. I mean, there's no question that they did revolutionize the gun a few years ago so that it picked up the ball from the pitcher's hand as opposed to when it was, you know, at a certain distance from home plate. And that did jack up everybody's velocity about a mile per hour.
I don't think
one
it's
season to the next.
I'll say 3. It's all MLB PR. That's all.
So you're on the Vanderwall train.
I'd say 3 miles different.
I think the one thing that is 100% is that there's more guys throwing harder.
No
than
doubt
ever
about that.
before.
No doubt about that. These guys are all mooses. They're all 6'7", and they just can throw it through a brick wall. They're hard throwers.
Professional athletics is very funny, you know. Once you reveal what gets paid, they swim to it pretty quick.
So you're saying don't become an offensive lineman? Melendez takes it up and away, and it's 3-2. MJ struck out his first time up.
This is the best I've ever seen May pitch. I haven't seen him pitch that much, but he's got a wicked, sharp breaking ball. And with that red hair, too, like giving us a set of bagpipes.
I think the only thing in his past when I've watched him is that he hasn't neutralizer against the left-handed hitter because he doesn't have that change, hasn't evolved as much as his other pitches, the sweeper and of course four-seamer.
And he gets a fastball right by Melendez. He's caught looking for the second out. Make your favorite Mets players all-stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star ballot.
You could pick the people who deserve to go too.
Well, that's an alternate plan. Or you can just give ballots to your kids to punch out in the car. All one to Francisco Alvarez. I guess he doesn't punch anymore, but you can still play.
And no hanging chats.
Alvarez had a base hit to center field in his first at bat in 4 weeks.
Whoop. Did he turn his ankle or land a little funny? Did Mr. May?
Well, he's long-legged. He's in good shape.
You just called him Mr. May. I wonder if he's ever met Dave Winfield. Oh, Gary. Remember Steinbrenner
That's
dropped
right.
that
Yeah,
on him?
Steinbrenner dropped it on him.
He and George did not see.
Oh, boy.
That was a feud. That was like McCoy and the Hatfield.
Well, that got George in a lot of trouble eventually. Swinging a miss 2-2. But yeah, he said if Reggie's Mr. October, this guy's Mr. May.
Oh my gosh, just typical George.
May struck out the first 2 in this inning. Oh, and Alvarez just got a piece of that one.
Yeah, that bat's toast. That ball ran in on his digits.
Boy, I think that two-seamer is something that May, as he makes more than 70 starts in his kind of career since 2019, he'll be able to use that pitch a little more. When I used to do that, I would tell Gary Carter I'm going inside again. Put my head to the right.
What if you tilted your head to the left?
Well, then we're going outside there.
2-2 to Alvarez. And Francisco launches one to deep left field. But the left fielder Newt Barr is there to make the catch.
Guess he got that towards the end.
1-2-3 inning for May. He's got 5 scoreless under his belt. It's been a rough night for Freddie Peralta. 6 runs allowed, and allowed more than 4 in any start this year. Mason Wynn lights one right to Beatty for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 hard out in the 6th. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by Spectrum. It's internet, mobile, and streaming TV, all for one place. By Hyundai. Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. Visit Hyundai.com for more information. And by New York Presbyterian, the official health and wellness partner of the New York Mets. And rookie catcher Jimmy Crooks takes outside for ball 1. Crooks is a University of Oklahoma product. 4th round pick in 2022, 24 years old. Cup of coffee last year with the Cardinals, and now getting his first real chance to play. And they're going to play him. They say they're going to play him over Pages for the most part to try and upgrade their offense and see whether it works out.
No batting gloves.
I mean, he had a 980 OPS in AAA when they called him up. So seeing whether it's going to translate here. It's 3 for 16 since he got here. The other thing the Cardinals are doing this week, they're going with a 6-man rotation. Hunter Dobbins, who they got from the Red Sox in the Sonny Gray trade, is joining the rotation. And he's going to pitch the final game of this series on Thursday. Starting pitching is one of the areas where the Cardinals probably aren't as good as they'd like to be. Curveball drops in for strike 3 called, so Crooks is caught looking.
I don't think Crooks saw that many breaking ball like that in Oklahoma in the Big 8.
Big 8.
Well,
Big 8.
I understand, Gary. I'm dating myself.
They're your probable starters for the remainder of the series. Christian Scott has been the Mets' best starter. Clay Holmes goes tomorrow, and it should be Nolan McLean on Thursday. I'm not sure why that's TBA, unless there's something going on with Nolan that we don't know about.
You know, they have the ability to almost measure recovery, you know, so maybe if you don't get the number you want, you hold off and just see how you progress over the next couple of days.
I mean, that would be McLean on normal rest. They could give him an extra day and pitch him Friday against the Braves, and maybe use David Peterson in a starting or bulk role. I mean, Peterson hasn't pitched in more than a week. Didn't pitch once on their road trip. So we'll see what the Mets have in mind.
Peterson, last time he pitched was the 31st of May. So that's 9 days.
Ball 4, and Gorman walks for a second time. These are the only 2 walks Peralta allowed tonight, but I was looking at this. Peralta's walk rate this year is the highest it's been in any season for him since 2019. Now, walks overall in the game are up because of the ABS system. But it's been a problem for Peralta, particularly against guys at the bottom of the order. There's Church, who doubled and grounded out. And he takes outside ball 1. Saw something else just the last couple of days. It's we got homework.
I thought maybe she's a scout.
It's not scoring.
No.
He's deep into some very esoteric schoolwork.
Yeah, it looks mathematical, right?
Scientific.
Oh,
Got the calculator going.
Well, it's cheating.
No.
That's been cheating since
That's 1967.
You know, tangent, cosine, sine. Need some help.
Can you imagine how improved our grades would have been if we'd been able to go on the internet and history class and
have
look
AI
it up?
write your paper?
You would have been right all over that AI in high school. Justin Willard went out to the mound, and as generally happens when a pitching coach goes to the mound, the next pitch is a fastball for a strike. Joey Gerber up in the Mets bullpen.
Gerber hasn't pitched in a while. He's 5 days he hasn't pitched.
He pitched the last game in Seattle on Wednesday.
Yeah, he pitched 10 pitches there. Closed out that game, I believe.
Well, Peralta's showing a little more urgency since the pitching coach visit.
Yeah, like his tempo a little bit. Young hitter, 1-2, breaking ball in the dirt, go sit down.
Change up, hit back to Peralta, off his glove and into no man's land, and Church has an infield hit. Well, he made a good pitch. He almost made a good play, but the inning is prolonged.
Well, you can't stop yourself from trying to be an athlete and field your position. But sometimes the pitcher's gloves and the way they break them in are not as good as the infielder's glove. And you kind of closed the glove too early. Ball never found the pocket.
I never thought of that. That pitchers would not have.
You design it for ball placement.
Exactly. To hide your hand. I never thought of that, Ron.
J.J. Weatherholt with 2 out and 2 on. And takes the backdoor slider for a strike.
Batter's challenging the pitch.
Weatherholt challenging the strike call.
I thought it bent around the strike zone.
And you would be correct. Make the right call with Sterling Optical. See clearly and look great doing it. Weatherholt drove in the first 2 runs for St. Louis in the 3rd.
And he jumped on the pitch fastball up in the strike zone, out over the outer half of the plate. Got on top, hit a bullet up the middle.
And he flies this one out to left. Soto gives some ground to the warning track. Boy, that ball carried well. And Soto puts it away to retire the side. 6-0 Cardinals in the 6th. Dustin May starts his 3rd time around the Mets batting order. Carson Bench leading off the home 6th. Then he takes a cutter for a strike. Bench has been up twice. Twice is grounded to the first baseman. One of those 2 into a double play. Coming off his 5-for-5 game on Sunday. Spectrum high-speed hitting against fastballs since the start of May. Carson Bench right up among the leaders.
All young hitters that are good should be on that list.
That Shohei guy, he's pretty good.
It's a shame Arise doesn't do any good stuff for his team.
You know what? He's also become a really good fielder.
Yeah.
I mean,
who's he working with over there? Isn't Ron Washington over there?
Right. Wash pulling his magic again. How difficult would be to turn Luis Arise into a good second baseman? Incredibly easy. It's incredibly hard. Swing and a miss, and Bench is down on strikes. 6 strikeouts now for May, including 3 of his last 4 batters.
Yeah, he's got that 6-run lead, and he's on cruise control. He's got his rhythm.
Yeah, he's doing a great job with the cutter use to get ahead, the changeup enough against left-handed hitters to keep them aware, and then the fastball upstairs.
This might be his last batter. They've got the lefty Justin Brule up in the bullpen. Bo Bichette's grounded out his first 2 at-bats, and he takes a sweeper for a strike. May has not thrown more than 97 pitches in a start this year. 93 right now. And Bull flies one out to right, and Walker is there. 2 out. Road ahead presented by Infinity. Night game tomorrow, day game Thursday. Then the Braves are in over the weekend. Don't look for us on Friday. We won't be here. But we do have the Saturday and Sunday games, all 3 of us. And then we go to Cincinnati and Philadelphia. We only do 1 game in that series in Philly, the first one.
Oh, 2 Fridays off? Is that what you're telling me?
Friday off in Philly is because they have a World Cup game across the street. So they did not want to have 2 events right next to each other.
I am so glad they showed that schedule. I forgot it was Apple. I was going to come to the ballpark on Friday. If I'd have done that, I'd have been furious.
But would you have been paid?
Could do the game. Sure, they would love you to do the game.
I mean, is Wayne doing that game?
He would love you.
Wayne and Dontrell, they would welcome you right in the booth.
No.
Oh, they'd be happy.
I would have turned right around.
Worked with Wayne before.
Think about a night game. I'd have been stuck in traffic going back home. I'd have been so angry.
Here's the thing. after the game on Thursday, we would have said, Keith, we'll see you Saturday. And you would have said, what do you mean? And we would have said, well, you know, we're not doing the game.
Now you put me in a really good mood.
Friday night off? You got plans now? 3-0 to Soto with Jared Young on deck. So they left May in to face Soto after getting the first 2 in the inning. And he walked Soto on 4 pitches. And let's see if Ollie Marmol's going to leave him in for another batter or bring in the lefty.
He's not moving.
He's already up to a season-high 99 pitches.
You just said to him, let's go.
Okay.
So pushing him, I guess.
His career high is 104 pitches. So Soto's on base for the second time tonight. Now Jared Young. He's been up twice, grounded the ball to the second baseman on both occasions. And takes a breaking ball in for a strike. Second baseman still playing way over in the hole, maybe not quite as far as the last at bat against Young. He launches this one out to right. Walker easing back.
Missed it.
Got plenty of room. And he puts it away to retire the side. A walk and 1 left. 6 scoreless innings for Dustin May. 6-0 Cards. Cardinal Hall of Famers, Bob Gibson.
Wow.
All the Cardinal Hall of Famers get the red jackets.
So, my main man.
So these are Cooperstown Hall of Famers.
Cha-cha.
Who played for the Cardinals.
Scott Rowland. That's right. Ozzie.
The Wizard of Oz.
Orlando Cepeda had an amazing year for the Red Sox, like very late in his career.
Yes.
On one knee.
A DHing, right? Yep. Couldn't play the field.
Joey Gerber's third appearance. Ivan Herrera lines one to right. Diving is Benji. Can't get it. And it's going to roll all the way back to the wall. Herrera to second. And he's going to take the turn and head for third. Nope. Thinks better of it. And crawls back to the bag at second.
He could have had it.
So Ivan Herrera on base for the 4th time tonight.
Just couldn't get there. That's got to be a double.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you leave your feet.
Herrera's tired from scoring in the 4th.
No. The young outfielders for the Mets have been making all the plays, but Ewing allowed one to drop in front of him in the 5th, and now Benj comes up empty on the dive in the 7th. And here's Alec Burleson, who cashed in that hit in the 5th with a 2-run homer, and he breaks his bat and hits one down the right field line, and that's got a run in it. Herrera comes in to score. Burleson with a broken bat double, and that makes it 7-0 St. Louis. 3rd RBI of the night for Alec Burleson.
On top of the plate. Fastball in. Got it towards the label. He's got that low ball swing. Likes the ball middle in. See where he steps in the bucket. Really opens himself up for that pitch middle in. It makes him vulnerable away.
Jordan Walker. So that's the first run Joey Gerber's allowed as a Met. Gerber who had some big league time with Seattle and Tampa Bay before this season. Walker's 1 for 3, an RBI double in the 3rd. And he flies one out to center, and Ewing comes in a couple of steps to get it. Herrera holds at second, 1 out.
No.
Udbar said, why didn't you go for 3?
Oh, he's telling him fastball runs away. You're a left-hand hitter. It's running away from you.
Udbar's 0 for 3 tonight. And he takes a cutter for a strike from Gerber. Udbar's flied out, grounded out twice. He's driven in a run, and he takes that cutter on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. Had to be some rehab over the winter for Newtbar. Surgery on both heels. I mean, how do you get around?
Oh, wow.
Just the first 2 months. He's only had, what, now 13 at bats since coming back.
Kind of a crazy injury to have both heels as well.
He's got 21. He's got Kurt Flood's number.
He pulls one, caught by Young, couldn't get out of his glove. And so back safely is Burleson.
Tell you what, the Cardinals have been hitting some rockets today. I haven't seen a team hit the balls hard in a game against the Mets since the Reds were here.
Now Wynn flies one out to left. And Soto comes jogging in. That retires the side, but the Cardinals tack on a run. 7-0 at the 7th inning stretch. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's down 7-0 in the first of a 6-game homestand. 3 with the Cardinals and 3 this weekend with the Braves. Do you know that 28% of the Mets' remaining games are against the Phillies and the Braves?
Wow.
26 out of 96. A.J. Ewing leads off against Justin Brule. So the rubber will meet the road.
Yeah. It's too bad it's only 2 series, home and away, instead of 3.
Still 26 out of 96. That's a lot of games against 2 teams. A.J. Ewing's having the best night of any Met. He's 2 for 2. Hits this one on the backhand to win. He throws him out one away.
Boy, he flew down the line. He really hustled down that line.
Now Marcus Semien, who made a bid with a couple of men on in the 4th, hit one to the warning track in dead center field that Nathan Church was able to track down after 3 circles and a dot. And Brule gets the breaking ball in for a strike. Dustin May went 6 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. And now Brule hasn't pitched in nearly a week. Marcus Semien, 35 years old, had 45 home runs in a season. And he's begun to pick up the home run pace lately for the Mets. 5 in his last 12 games.
Did you notice that baseball card?
And snatches the liner for the 2nd out.
Did you notice that baseball card in the lower left-hand corner, Karen?
No. Can you show it again?
Take a look. Dig it.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
Look at that. Another.
Oh, 2 of them.
You went Mr. T.
Look at the one on the left. That's another line drive, I guarantee. That's a line drive.
There's like a Star Wars card in the upper right. What are we doing here? Fly ball out to left center off the bat of Beatty right near the wall, and Church runs it down to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 for Justin Brule in the bottom of the 7th. The skyline right at the top of the scoreboard. Joey Gerber starting his 2nd inning of work. He threw 10 pitches, 10 strikes in the 7th. So his first one out of the strike zone is the first pitch to Jimmy Crooks in the 8th. Crooks is 0 for 3. And he flies one out to center, and Ewing hesitated going back, and he hits a circus catch. It has not been the easiest night for A.J. in center field. He started back on that ball and then hesitated before putting it back in gear and making that play.
I don't think he thought it was hit that deep. No, not really. He's tracked it.
Now watch here. Watch
Top
how
of
he
your screen.
hesitates.
Oh, it's great to be young, isn't it? Body's so flexible. You can do all these acrobatics. Make it look easy.
Keith, may I suggest some yoga or Pilates?
And do that. Yeah, right.
Well,
I'm finished.
There's always hope, Keith. I mean, you may not be 21 anymore like A.J. Ewing, but flexibility can be yours.
Look at this little pivot, little swivel around. Fun to watch.
2-2 to Nolan Warner. Joey Gerber working his second inning. 29 years old, so Gerber's no baby.
I want to ask him next time I see him, was he a fan of Bronson Arroyo? He's got a little bit of that leg kick as he delivers the ball to the plate.
Bronson's kick was a little more parallel to the ground.
That's right. He never bent it.
His a little more like Dontrell Willis from the other side.
Yeah, good call.
He strikes out Gorman for the second out. I'm not going to drop a Juan Marichal on because that would be a little extreme. With a tough June in progress, get a complete breakdown of where the Mets stand right now on the latest episode of the Mets Pod. Subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcasts. Gerber's gotten 5 outs in a row after giving up back-to-back doubles to start the 7th. Now Nathan Church, who grounds one through the hole into right for a base hit. Third hit of the night for Church in his first game off the injured list.
Wow, that's pretty straight, right?
Oh, yep, that'll do it.
Arroyo, he was fun to watch pitch.
Yes, he
was an artist.
Well, in more respects than one.
That's right. He's a great guitarist.
Quite the musician.
Yeah. Our truck is amazing. We had to pull that up microseconds. Amazing.
Michael, sorry about your Knicks. I tell you,
don't bring that up.
I tell you what, Spurs showed me something. They just played tenacious defense last night, right from the get-go, and they were bullies.
Weatherholt flies one out to Soto. That ends the inning. To the bottom of the 8th we go. 7-0 Cards. Mark Vientos pinch hitting for MJ Melendez with a lefty in the game. It's been a very rough go for Vientos. Hitless in his last 13 at bats. Strikeouts piling up. It really feels right now as though Mark is just swinging at everything.
Well, everything speeds up when you're going bad and you're not playing. It's can't keep a rhythm.
And you start getting those thoughts in your head. I'm only getting one at bat here. I got to do something big to get back in the lineup. It's never-ending mania.
Well, Mark's been here before. You know, he's been counted out countless times over the last 4 years and seems to find a way to bust back in. Grounds one down to third. Handled on the short hop by Gorman, and he throws him out one away. Mets have been blank tonight. The first 6 innings belong to Dustin May. Pitching decisions presented by Sage, the official finance software partner of Major League Baseball.
It was fun watching the way he has evolved, because when he first came up, he was so raw. Injuries have robbed him of a lot of his time in the major leagues, but tonight he was on top of his game. Gary said he's coming off a recent appearance where he pitched 7 no-hit innings. You can see why, because he had everything working tonight.
Francisco Alvarez 1 for 2 in his return to the lineup. So the 2 number 9 hitters in this game coming off the injured list, Church and Alvarez, have gone a combined 4 for 6. It's not supposed to be that easy. Alvarez will probably not catch every day at first. We'll get some DH time. We'll get some days off just to be sure that that knee is healthy.
Bull's got a good changeup. Young left-hander from, remember when he first came up with the Dodgers, from Petaluma, California.
Horse country up there. That's north of Napa and Sonoma.
Cal San Luis Obispo grad.
Petaluma north of San Rafael.
Yes. It's a good hike up there. Over the Golden Gate.
Alvarez trying to shoot one the other way, fouls it off. Alvarez draped in pink. And he takes strike 3 called. So Brewers face 5 and retired 5, 2 out of the 8th. Get all the reaction from Knicks Spurs Game 3. Already got some from Keith. Plus a look ahead to Game 4 on the latest episode of The Putback with Ian Begley. Check it out now on SNY's YouTube channel.
That's an interesting spelling of channel.
Oh. Was that your spelling, Gary?
I don't write the promos. I just read them.
Does Russ write them out?
No, Russ is supposed to proofread them.
Oh.
Benj tries to dump one in left center, and that's going to fall for a hit. So Benj, after going 0 for 3 in his first 3 at bats, has himself a base hit. Well, Russ, is 98% perfect at his job. Wouldn't you say?
I would say that you've done more editing tonight than you've done in a long time on the.
Well, he doesn't write them either, so he's not responsible for the initial misprints.
But I would say his proofreading has been underwhelming.
I want to know who writes those things. Who prints them out?
I think Keith. I think that whoever it is would prefer to remain anonymous.
Well, haven't won any spelling bees.
Well, they only left off one letter. This time. Well, Bichette's gone 0 for 3 tonight. And he swings over a sweeper and misses. 0-2. Ciano Perez looks like he'll get the top of the 9th for the Mets. Oh-2 coming. And Bichette goes down swinging to end the inning. So 2 scoreless innings for Justin Brule. We go to the 9th, 7-0. Now, Joey Gerber went back out to the mound to start the top of the 9th inning, but it looked like something is up with his hand, maybe a blister. And the assistant athletic trainer Brian Back has taken a look at it, but he's coming out of the game, and it looks like Ciano Perez will come in to replace him.
Now,
Call to the bullpen brought to you by Nissan. Perez coming in. We'll be right back.
InspireSleep.com.
Well, after Keith and Ron and I are done here, you'll have to keep it tuned for Mercedes-Benz post-game live, because Gary Apple and Jerry Blevins will have all the interviews, all the highlights, all the analysis. By the way, we haven't heard from Steve since his interview with Josh Rawitch earlier. Keith, what did you do to him that caused him to come down with whatever throat ailment apparently has felled him for the rest of the night?
oh, well, that second game that ran around almost 3 hours, I think it did. I kind of let him throttle it up all by himself. And that's why he's hoarse.
He's not even in his usual spot. He's abandoned ship.
He was getting hoarse from day one. The first game he was feeling hoarse.
He sounded good on the air, but tonight he sounded like a frog.
I was thinking maybe did you take him out?
No.
You guys go out in San Diego, maybe late night?
No, I was with my granddaughter. I was Mr. Clean.
Ciano Perez with his Che Guevara beard comes in to pitch the ninth inning.
Yes. Oh, appropriately named. Pitched last in Seattle, a couple of innings, gave up a solo home run, struck out 3.
It's been a big night for Ivan Herrera, and he's now on base for the 5th time. So Herrera, who was hit by pitches his first 2 at-bats, stole a run after getting on the 2nd time in the 3rd. Blooped a single in the 5th, doubled in the 7th, and now bloops another one.
Have a day.
Now Alec Burleson, a homer and a double his last 2 at-bats. He's driven in 3. Ciano Perez fires a fastball by him. Burleson now with 46 runs batted in, came into the night 7th in the National League in RBIs. Perez quickly ahead of the 0-2.
Yeah, that wasn't really that bad a pitch. It was outside corner. You were getting him out away the whole first 2 at bats, but I guess he made the adjustment.
He's a good hitter. He had a very good year last year with the Cardinals, and even better so far this year.
I mean, he certainly doesn't have the power, but he's got a Schwarber type swing, doesn't he?
I mean, he was the Silver Slugger in the National League at first base last year. Past the map, off the glove of Perez, but right to Bichette on the bag, and he turns the double play. So give an assist to the pitcher, 1-6-3 off the deflection.
Again, we had another runner who had to bail.
Yep.
Before the throw by the shortstop.
Nice footwork by Bichette. Runner gets down quickly.
So that erases Herrera, who had a night tonight like he's never had before in the big league. First time in his career he's reached base safely 5 times.
Yeah, scored 3 runs.
Jordan Walker drove in one of those runs with a double in the 3rd. 1 for 4 on the night. And he grounds one right at Bichette. He bobbles it, recovers it, and throws him out by a slide to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 9th with the Mets down 7-7.
For all the visitors at
Honda Sports Night comes your way after the post-game show. We'll have all the baseball news, get you ready for Game 4 of the Knicks and Spurs, and all the rest of the sports news. Honda Sports Night tonight and every night on SNY. Matt Swanson on to try and get the final 3 outs.
Swanson will pitch for the Lehigh University team in the Patriot League.
The Engineers?
Yes.
Soto has a single and a walk tonight. He takes a sweeper for a strike, 1-1. Justin Brule worked 2 innings in relief of Dustin May, who went the first 6. Cardinals trying to close out just their 3rd shutout victory of the season. And Soto punches one behind the bag at second. Run down there by Wynn. His throw is true for the first out. Tomorrow night it's Christian Scott for the Mets, Andre Palante for the Cardinals in Game 2 of this series. Jared Young's gone 0 for 3 tonight. Mets have had just 5 hits. A.J. Ewing, the only Met with 2 hits. He's on deck. And the rally caps are out. Diehards being diehards. Phillies just took the lead in Toronto in the top of the 9th on a Bryson Stott RBI double. 2-1 Phillies going to the bottom of the 9th. And Young pounds one foul. Gilbert Gomez almost came up with a fine play.
They'll be all over him for that.
I mean, he had it, but it's been that kind of night for the Mets, you know, just not quite on point. 1-2 to Young with Ewing on deck. And that's up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Young flies one in the shallow center. Coming on is Church. 2 out. So the Dodgers and Pirates were tied 2-2. Paul Skeens started for the Pirates. He came out of the game after 6. It's now 12-2 Dodgers in the 8th.
Wow.
And so it goes. Here's Ewing, 2 for 3. Mets have been shut out 6 times this year. They're on the verge of a 7th. After a fine finish to their road trip in San Diego, a sobering beginning to this homestand. There's that Dodgers score.
Dodgers with a win tonight will go 19 games over 500.
And a call strike to Ewing, and the Mets are down to their final strike. Marcus Semien would be next. Well, it's nice to see you guys again.
I know we very rarely do this anymore.
But we're going to be doing it all week.
It's supposed to be a 3-man booth. We do it like once a week.
We might figure it out by the end of the weekend. 0-2 coming. And Ewing's down on strikes, and Swanson freezes the Mets. And that ends this one, the 7th Mets shutout loss of the year, as the Cardinals behind Dustin May get the opening game of this series 7-0.
Well, kind of a walk in the park for the Cardinals. Their 5th straight win. They've scored 33 runs in those 5 games. Herrera was the star and started with his base running. Ended up being on base 5 times, scoring 3 runs.
And Dustin May, I've never seen him look better. 6 strong innings, 4 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. Improves his record to 4-6.
Game summary presented by Spectrum. Rough night for Freddie Peralta. Season high 6 runs allowed. And that was plenty for the Cardinals, who go to 8 games over 500 and drop the Mets to 8 games under. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyOffers.com. By Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. By Heineken, proud partner of the New York Mets. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. And by Genesis. Discover the award-winning lineup of Genesis SUVs and sedans at your local Tri-State Genesis retailer. Final score tonight, the Cardinals 7, the Mets nothing. Game 2 of the series tomorrow night with Christian Scott on the mound for the Mets. Coverage begins at 6:30. First pitch at 7:10 tomorrow night right here on SNY. Now for Keith Hernandez, Ron Darling, a horse Steve Gelbs, and our entire SNY crew, I'm Gary Cohen at Citi Field. After this break, it's Mercedes-Benz post-game live with Gary Apple and Jerry Bluff.